has everything.
Bumping and banging.
Big boy in the
Big
morning.
boy.
All righty, man. We got Jeezy up in here. First off, I got to say welcome, my brother.
Already. What up, Joe? What's
Man,
happening? What's
we
happening?
get a chance to really sit down. I enjoy this, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead now.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. And you know what I love about you too, though, man, is you make sure that you take care of cats the right way.
Real
You know what I'm
talk.
saying? When you drop something, you come and say hello.
Right.
West Coast love you. You love West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, no, crazy.
and you ain't never been fair weather with us, man. You always been good with us.
Yeah, man, you know the neighborhood, baby.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
I'm an honorable member.
Hello. so what's been going down, man? How's life now, though, bro?
Oh man, you know, a little more focused. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think it was out of focus at one point?
I mean, a little bit.
Really though?
Not as far as, you know, just as far as just
Did we
living.
know it was out of focus?
Nah, you would never.
Oh, okay, cool.
I couldn't let you know that.
I
I mean, you know, I was
be
just-
calling me talking about big. I'm out of focus, man.
right. I mean, you know, everything else was focused. It was just more so, you know, I've been in the game 10 years now.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? So I just want to put my focus on some other things, like, you know, some business ventures and, you know, TV stuff and just, you know, just different things that I ain't had a chance to do because I was so focused on the music.
Hey, Jeezy, does that 10 years seem fast and slow at the same time?
Yeah, man, if you knew what I did before them 10 years,
Hello.
those were a great 10 years.
Like this is the glorious.
Yeah.
like man,
It's
like
Super Bowl, baby.
right. You only looking over your back now. Make sure your
Right,
backpack is there.
Right.
Oh, okay, yeah. My backpack is there.
Yeah, the 10 years prior to that was a little rough. You know
What
I
do
mean?
you think the next 10 years? And you know, I don't know if you had that 5-10 year plan, but
Absolutely.
what do you think the next 10 years is?
My
for
first
Jeezy?
10-year plan was to get in the game and be established. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
man.
To be able to use it for a stepping stone to do all the other stuff I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? That was my first 10-year plan.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, that's why I was like taking a little time between the records because I'm like the type of person if I make a step with my left foot, I'm already planning what my right foot
Right.
gonna do. That's just how I live. You know what I mean? That's what kept me free and out of the penitentiary and out of everything else.
little
Because
bit.
a little bit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
A few
well, you
times.
said the penitentiary,
Right.
Yeah,
Not
it
the
definitely
county.
kept you out the penitentiary,
Yeah,
though.
not the county though.
But man, you walk because you got locked up out here though, huh?
Yeah.
It was almost like a homecoming for some cats here though.
Right.
Boy. It was like, man,
You know, that's
is he
what
doing
really
any
got-
shows?
Right. That's what really got me kind of focused too, though. You know what I'm saying? Because when I got locked up, it was real. It was like, you know,
How long were you gone?
I was in there like 6-7 days.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm saying? But only because I didn't want to leave my employees in there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what it was. Like I could have got out when I got in.
Hey man, and my thing is this: cats do 6-7 days. You could do
Right.
6-7 months because the processing and getting in there is the worst.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the worst.
I mean, no, but it's
Did
it's
you ever
also,
think like, man, I'm Jeezy and I'm in this county?
yeah, man. You know, it dawned on me when I was in there. It was like I was cool for the first like 1 or 2 days.
Right.
You know, I'm on my I don't eat no beef or no pork, man. I ain't eating that.
Right.
Man, the
Like
bologna
ostrich
sandwiches
over
started
there.
looking so good.
Like man,
The
like I want a
bologna
hunger
sa-
strike for no reason.
Right. I was like, yo, hey, Holmes, you want your bologna sandwich?
Right.
Give you this milk, baby. You want this milk?
Man, so did you eat meat the bologna while you were in there?
Man,
You
listen,
had
by
to.
the 4th day, man, I was eating spaghetti.
Right.
You feel what
Hell
I'm saying?
yeah.
By the
Hey,
4th day, I had no complaints. You feel me?
I heard that. What was it like when you went in and cats like, man, that's Jeezy right there?
No, I got to keep it real. It was like Tupac came to the
Right.
dorm. Because at first, they was like, oh, you're going to put you in general pop. I'm like, all right, cool. That's what it is. Because you in jail, man. You know, I ain't looking for no special privileges.
Right.
And it was
Lord
like,
knows I am.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
So,
Jeezy did the main line. Well, I'm going over here to protect the custody.
Right.
You know?
So when I hit the yard, you know what I'm saying, I went up
That's
in there,
crazy.
and then it was weird because when it was processing me, you know, I seen a couple cats over there looking at the monitors, and I'm like, what the hell they looking at on the computer? I look over there, they pulling up video.
Hell
See, that's
yeah.
him. That's him right there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. But for me though, I could have got out the minute I walked in,
Right.
man. But I had my employees, so it was just different, man. Cause I'm gonna get a pass because I'm really from that life. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
I know cats already in there, and you know everybody know what's up with me. But you know my staff wasn't accustomed to that life, so
Yeah,
it was
man.
like a culture shock for them.
But
They
you know what I
went in there, they
love,
was-
man, is that you made sure that you did stay ground with them.
Yeah,
Because there ain't
yeah.
nobody in this room that I'm gonna stay in there for. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They'd be
That's
like,
okay.
man, I
Right.
I can fight this better from the outside, man.
But that's how they was trying to sell me because it was like, the bail bondsman's there and my lawyer, he was like, well, you the brain. If you get out, I was like, yo, man, if I get out of here, they're going to spread all these people out, have them in all these different dorms. And,
Right.
and they ain't really, you in jail, man. You in jail. But the crazy thing about it is the whole time I was in there, I was like, damn, this is the first time in my life I ain't do nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn.
But then you
like,
also thankful for like, man, if they gonna catch me up on something.
Right.
yeah,
Then
but,
it's probably-
hadn't I had the finances or the resources to fight it,
Yeah, man.
you know,
because
when I went in there, you know, I thought it was a gun charge, but I know I ain't touching I ain't touching nothing like that. I got people for that.
Right.
So when I started calling home, there was like a murder. I'm like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? So when
Hold
they
on,
start,
man. I don't know what the
Right.
No, I'm saying you gotta leave.
Right.
I don't know what this is yet. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
We're not harboring anybody. Yeah. We don't know.
Yeah, all right.
yo,
Gonna be
so
accomplices.
when they started moving, it's like, yo, this the guys from the 187. I'm like, yo, who they talking about? You know what I'm saying? So that's when it started really like kicking in that it was real. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, damn, so they really trying to do me like that.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because they were
Hey,
doing
that's
me.
when you really start thinking like, man, this is how it happens.
Right, but
Like,
this is the last day of the tour, though. This is the last day of the tour. You know what I'm saying? I'm in L.A., 20,000 people screaming your name. I'm looking at it. I can see it from the back of the venue. I'm looking at 20,000 people. Everybody like, yo, so he wasn't there when because something happened in the Bay, but I wasn't there. I just happened to leave the venue for the first time because I was like, when I pulled up, I told my guys, like, yo, man, the security is way too loose. It's too many people backstage. I couldn't even take a shower in my dressing room because it was so many people back there. So I was like, you know what, man? I went to the production, their dressing room, took a shower, did my show, and I left because it was just too much going on. When I got to the hotel, that's when I got the call that somebody had actually got shot in front of the bus. And I'm like, well, all right. So, all right, cool. It's all good. So they figured that out. So I'm headed back to the venue. My man tell me, no, don't come back up here, man. They on our bus. They searching everything. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go back and lay down. So when I laid down, they came and got me the next morning. And the next show was supposed to be in San Diego, but they canceled the show. So we came straight to LA. And then that's when I came to LA, and that's when I went and Chris Brown called me. He's like, yo, I'm having my album release party. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna pull up. So I go pull up at his album release party, and that's when the incident with Suge happened. And I was standing beside Suge, and my man, one of my guys, was trying to explain to me what was about to happen with the Suge incident. And when I didn't hear him because he's from the island, so his accent is different. And he just pushed me. And when he pushed me, he got shot, and Suge got shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That was
saying?
Chris Brown. Okay, go ahead now.
So they both got shot. So I'm looking at my man, I'm like, damn, but he pushed me out of the way. So hadn't he pushed me, I probably got hit too. So this is a rough 3 days. So after that, you know, I went back to the room, and then that's when the police from out there in the Bay came and, you know, interrogated my people in the hospital and everything. So they know all the information. So they know that my guy with the registration ain't on the bus because he's in the hospital. They know that I've been taking the bus the whole tour because I was just riding the bus. So when they told me the venue was an hour away from the hotel, I'm like, cool. My man was like, you should ride the bus. I was like, no, I'm going to take a car. He says, an hour, man. You can get you some rest. I know you're tired. It's been a rough 3 days. I'm like, cool. I'm going to lay down. When I woke up to some flashlights in my face. It was like Mr. Jeezy.
Yeah.
So they end up locking us up, you know what I mean, doing the whole nine. But it was crazy because I just, you know, I never felt stereotyped before. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I worked too hard to be just put in a box to where you just gonna stereotype me as a rapper. Like, first, I'm a grown man. You know what I'm saying? So for you to be handling me like that in front of my peers and people that respect me, it was just crazy because when they was locking me up, everybody was backstage like, man, he wasn't even there. DJ Drama, Ty Dolla, Baby You, the guy from Live Nation was like, sir, I'm telling you, I have receipts for car services that we got to take him to the hotel. They weren't trying to hit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, with everything that you have as far as whatever the money, the great defense, cats saying this, that, and the other, if you weren't Jeezy,
right?
Do you think you'd be sitting here right now?
If I was, this is what I will say. If I hadn't really been through what I've been through or what I talked about, I would have been, it would have been over. The fact that, you know, I'm really from that life and I was a former criminal, I already knew how to play them because they was too anxious. So they tried to put everything on me, which was cool because I go to my lawyer, I tell her, look, you can't charge 5 people with the same thing, 5 other people. So the reality of it is y'all want to put it on me because I'm the bigger person.
Right.
but I already know I ain't touched nothing. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm playing into the game. Like, oh, why y'all want?
Right.
You want to fingerprint me?
Oh,
you got to
Lord.
swab my mouth. Oh,
Yeah.
You want to do DNA? And she was like, why are you acting like that? I'm like, watch this. So the whole time, they put me in this box where they felt like they had me. So everything they came back to, DNA test, swabbing, this and that, I'm already knowing I ain't touched nothing.
Right.
So I'm like, look, I ain't no sense of getting everybody, high defense lawyer. I'm just going to get the best lawyer in L.A., right? Let them put the charge on me. And I'm going to beat it.
I heard
You know
that.
what I'm saying? So the whole time, I'm playing the game with them. They flying me out here. I got to do DNA tests and all that. I'm like, yeah, man, but, I didn't touch the Glock 40. But did you touch the AK? Well, listen, I don't really know. You know what I mean? So the whole time, I'm giving them that. And they going for it, because that's where I come from. You know what I'm saying? So once we got to the gate and we got ready to go to court, they tried to offer me 10. So I'm like, yo, man, there's no way I'm about to give y'all 10 years for no firearm that I know I ain't touched. So when they got the DNA, the swab, the fingerprints, I had never touched it. So they had to call me and drop the charge.
Go
You know
ahead.
what I'm saying?
It's just Jeezy now.
Yeah, man.
The Young is gone.
Yeah.
Do you have any old jewelry that had Young Jeezy on it?
Absolutely.
That we can have? Thank you. He said absolutely. Y'all heard him. He said absolutely. He said absolutely.
Yeah.
Nice
So when do you get to a point where you just say, man, I'm dropping the Young? Because we called you Jeezy anyway.
Already. It's a couple reasons. For one, it's just about evolution for me. Mm-hmm. And it's like when I started doing, bigger business and being in different rooms, I didn't even like that no more. Like, because I felt like they just put me in a real rapper category. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, Young Jeezy, and it's just like, that was one facet of what I was doing because it was rap.
Right.
But now it's like when I be in the, when I'm in these rooms, I want them to address me as such. You know what I mean? So it was like that, and then being in the game so long, it's just like, okay, this is the new, this is the new improve me. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of things that Young Jeezy would have done, Jeezy ain't gonna do. And a lot of things that Jeezy can do, Young Jeezy could never do. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was just that whole thing and just sitting back looking at the game going, damn, I need some new energy. I need a new, I need a new feel, And you seen the greats do it. Puffy went from P. Diddy to Puff Daddy to Daddy Juice.
I don't know what to call it. Sometimes it's like, hey, bro. Like, hey, bro.
Right.
No, I love that we talk about just like your hustle, and it's been going on. You say you did the street stuff. Even before that, I heard when you were younger, like literally coming up, you would mow lawns.
Right.
You would is it throw watermelon?
I did all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For money.
Go ahead now.
What's that?
Pushing what's the wheelbarrow at my uncle's roofing company.
I heard that.
All that.
So you like, man, I worked.
You
Man,
had that early.
I just wanted some money, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care if it was all ones. When I pulled up in the hood, I paid 40 ones, look like $1 million.
Hell yeah.
When you pull it out, right? put a 20 on top.
Yeah, man.
You feel me?
Hood rich, Jack.
Right.
Best believe that.
How early did you know that money was that motivation for you? That money meant
man,
something?
it was. I don't even think it was the money.
Probably when the lights was cut off, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It was more so the success thing for me because it was like my auntie used to always tell me that, my sister was always book smart. Like she's a genius when it comes to that. But I always just had a lot of common sense, and I like nice things. You know what I mean? I see cars and be like, oh man, I'm gonna get one of those one day. And she's always like, you got a lot of common sense, and that kind of stuck with me. So as I began to get older and be able to do things on my own, say when I was 12, instead of playing video games, I would rather try to figure out how to go get some money. And then, with my homies, I come back, they still playing Nintendo.
Right.
I'm like, nigga, I wouldn't have made. You know what I'm saying?
Right, man. Look at all you want, man. What you talking about? What's going on here?
You know what I mean? So for me, it was more so just, just having, some paper and be able to do what I wanted to do. Because, what I mean? It was crazy. Like, I really had a system. Like, I would eat Subway one time a week, and it was like this meal that was $2. And say, for instance, if I was making money all week, if I made, $500, I would only spend $2.
Right.
Wow,
And I put the rest
broke
up.
it down like that?
Yeah, like I would spend $2, and then I'd put the rest up. And then next week I'd stack another $500, and I spend $2. Like, but that was like my treat to myself. I'm gonna go to Subway. I'm gonna get a large drink.
Hell
you know what I'm saying? Extra pickles. You know what I'm saying?
Going down
Some
the line.
Add the guacamole, that's extra.
Put that on there.
That was balling to me.
Man, it's been a hell of a week.
Right.
Yeah. Let me get the pepper jack.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
So that's what I would do. So that's how I actually learned how to, just how to do it. And then there was this one chick in the neighborhood She was a little older. I maybe was like maybe 14, 15. She had to be about 35, but she was the baddest thing. She was the baddest thing in the neighborhood. And I used to go sit around and try to talk to her, but she never wanted to talk to me. She wanted to talk to all the older hustlers. So I was like, damn, I got to get my money up. So every day I rode past her house on my bicycle. I was like, yeah, when I get this money, you gonna want to holler. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna see.
And that's what I was using for motivation every day.
Baby, you're gonna be on these handlebars. You definitely gonna be on these handlebars one day.
And that's what I was using for motivation. And it just went from that to me using other things for motivation. Like, so once I got her to pay attention when I was a young cat riding through the hood in the box Chevy with the Daytons on it.
Hello.
You know what I mean? She was like, hey, what's up, little man? I'm like, ain't nothing, baby. You know what I'm saying? Getting this money. You know what I mean? Then I moved to the next thing. And then it just went from people telling me like, okay, you can't do this or you can't do that. And I'm like, well, why not? You know what I'm saying? So that was always my thing. I always wanted to be the cat that was the first one to come to the neighborhood in a new car. You know what I mean? I remember I wanted a Lexus off the lot and I could never get it. So I was like 18. So I ended up trying to date the chick that worked in the Lexus dealership and ended up dating her to get the car off the lot.
Hello.
Right. So I came through the hood, got it off the showroom floor, you know what I mean? But I had a new girlfriend for about 4 weeks.
Yeah, you could just let her go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now with this Uber, you can send her ass back a little faster. Man, but like we were saying, like LA mess with you. You know what I'm saying? And I remember, man, I had a conversation with YG. And YG, I think it was on I don't know if it was the Bompton album.
Yeah, My Crazy Life. It was
Right.
supposed to be Bompton.
Yeah, My Crazy Life.
Right.
And he said he was gonna name the album Bompton, just period. And you was like, man,
that ain't
like,
right.
Yeah, we know you there. You ain't gotta be gang banging that hard.
Right.
Yeah.
But when I met YG backstage at a Wiz Khalifa show, and I just took a natural liking to him because he just handled his business different. And then, when we got down, we started talking about doing the album. I was like, look, man, I'm going to just move you out to to Atlanta so you can kind of be out of your element so you can focus. You know what I mean? Because that's the most important part. So I moved him to Atlanta, you know what I mean? And we just locked in. We did the album. But I just remember sitting in the studio with him. He was like, yeah, you know how YG is.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm going to name my album Bompton. And I was like,
Bompton,
you feel me? I was like,
you feel me?
I was like, I don't know, man. I was like, I mean, everybody like you, the blue side, the red side, the browns, the black, everybody, like, why would you alienate yourself? We already know that's who you are.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
man.
saying? So it's like, let's figure out something that makes sense. And he came back and he was like, yo, My Crazy Life. I was like, that's it.
But you know what? He listened to and he valued that word enough.
Right.
Because I remember, dude, when he told me about the Bompton album, I was like, man, I don't think you should do that. He said, man, fuck you.
Right.
Tell me what to do.
Man, get on with that shit,
Right.
big. And then he get with you, you're like, man, I don't know if you want to do that. I'm like, okay, all right. Yeah.
No, I was like, but so what we gonna do is, you're a young gangster. We're gonna make this album about a day in a life of a young gangster because there's more of you out there than it is, OGs and other people. So you got more people that's gonna ride and listen to what you got to say because they live in your actual life.
Mm-hmm.
So if you ever notice from when his mama come on the first beginning of the album to the last song when he talking about his mama, that's the day in the life of somebody that lives the life that YG lives. Whether it's West Coast, East Coast, red team, blue team.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Whatever it is, it's like, so he was able to capture that. And that's why I was trying to explain to him, like, about the Bompton thing. It's like, we got all respect and love for that. But at the same time, like, you're bigger than that because you represent cats that's all over the globe that live how you live and not just there. You know what I'm saying?
Jeezy, first of all, I feel like you are one of the biggest hip hop ties we have to the president right now. My president is black, and just how it was banging when President Obama got elected, to him shouting you out, to just see what's going on now. What do you think of just what's coming when it comes to President Obama and just the new runnings to come?
Well, I'll tell you this: I won't be making a song about Hillary.
Right. What about even with the song for Obama? Did you feel did he do the terms that you thought he was gonna do, or
I think he gave it an honest effort.
Yeah, hell, and then plus we get a lot of barricades and a lot of
but it's hard to be the first anything,
right?
But so after him, if there's ever a black president or a first woman president, like we would get to see what that is.
Yeah, man.
Because it had to be hard on that dude. I mean, could you imagine them nights, man? You coming home like, damn.
That's when people say we think we got the world on our shoulders.
Right. I can't even. I got a big family. I can't even keep them all happy. I be like, hey,
can you imagine?
Here you go. So imagine the world. But I mean, my whole thing is I don't think one individual can fix everything for anybody anyway.
Man,
it's just something that we believe in, and that just how we handle our government.
Hey, man, is it true you got invited to the White House?
No, actually, I got invited to a dinner in New York.
Okay.
Did you go?
Yes, I went.
How was it?
I didn't make it inside.
Yeah. So was this a dinner for the president, or was
it was like,
was he inside?
Yeah, you know how they do like they runs and they do and he was in New York and I got invited and I went. You know what I'm saying? Went and bought me a Tom Ford suit for me and my crew and flew from Atlanta there and got to the door and it was like, hey, the Secret Service, like, he's not gonna be able to come in.
Wow. Because it was priors?
Yeah, my
Background
past,
check?
man.
Damn. No. Let me ask you this. Before you went, right? Did you have to send in your paperwork?
Yeah, everything was clear.
Yeah.
Everything. I still don't understand it to this day, but I ain't really tripping. Because in my mind, I already knew I wasn't going to just be able to go stand beside the dude. Not Mr. Trapper Die. Snowman 17.5.
Do you remember what you did afterwards?
Huh?
Do you remember what you ended up doing afterwards?
I would have taken that suit back for one.
Right. I ended up going back to Atlanta. It was a long flight.
Man.
Got back to Atlanta. It was cool, but...
Do you go hang the suit up? Like, man, I'm going to wear this again, Jack.
One thing about it, the next time I wore it, I was feeling even that much better. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm supposed to wear this to see the president, but I'm going to wear it to this little party. You feel?
This is my presidential suit.
My president, right.
Would you vote for Kanye in 2020?
I mean, listen, that's my guy.
Right, but...
I would vote for him on every MTV award and
yes,
anything else.
Yes, Grammy, AMA,
because he's a musical genius. But I would have to sit down and hear what his policies would be. And
the policy is bruh. You didn't hear bruh?
Bruh?
Yo, bruh.
Listen to the kid.
That's the policy, bruh.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that one, man.
Who would you like to see as his running mate? Maybe even yourself.
Nah. Definitely, me and Kanye couldn't be trying to figure it out.
I'm going to tell you straight up, man. I love both y'all, but I would not vote for y'all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Jeezy, we've been rocking for years. Same with Kanye. I done press play on a lot of y'all music, too, man.
Right,
and anytime I see you now going into the polling place, I don't know.
You got to still
know what I'm saying?
Like niggas owe me
Yeah,
checks.
exactly.
Like, talking that talk, man.
Yeah. Hey, man. The president couldn't make it today. He in the county for a little bit.
Right.
His crew got caught up. He don't want to leave out on him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Obama said.
But it's crazy, though, because it's like, in this day and age, it's kind of weird because it's like, who can be a presidential candidate? Because it's like, the internet is so crazy, social media,
powerful,
like,
bro.
you know what I mean? Like, you might have been smoking a joint in 2012 and somebody just happened to get a little quick pick of that.
Yep.
And now all of a sudden you running for president and they like, look at what he does.
Like, stop it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what about Donald Trump, man?
What about him?
Yeah, exactly.
How do you feel about Trump running?
I mean, look, man, I think Trump is very smart. I think that what he's doing is building his brand just like he did with a Celebrity Apprentice.
Yeah, that dude don't want to be president.
Man, he does everything to get kicked out.
Yeah.
And they still, we love him.
I hate it. Like,
right. He's like, look at her face. And they're like, yeah.
Yeah, then your numbers went up. He probably like, shit.
Right.
The numbers went up.
Up. You know what I mean?
Man, I'm going for the N-word next week. Like, don't you do that.
Right.
Yo.
But I think he's smart, man. And the thing that I respect about what he's doing, he's showing people that, to me, that politicians are really, they're weak because they can be bought. 9 times out of 10, we talk about politicians, they're not set up financially like he is, and that's why he's able to debo him and bully him and talk to him crazy. And we looking like, man, how you gonna talk to the senator like that?
To back it.
Like, because he's a businessman, and whether that shit work or doesn't work, he's gonna still be Trump.
Right.
If he wins, he probably be like, I'm not flying in Air Force One. I got, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
y'all got to buy my plane.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, man.
Trump Towers.
Right.
He win. I'm gone, Jack.
Oh, no, I'm moving to Jamaica. I already got mine right now.
Yeah.
It's good smoke over there. The weather's nice. I'll be good.
I am gone,
Do a
man.
Jamaican album, my man. I'll be good.
Hell yeah.
I'm good.
Be like, hey, Snoop, Lion.
Right.
Where did you record that at? Yeah. Put me with the Snoop Lion get down, man. Who's your NBA team, man?
Oh, man, I'd be lying to you if I told you the truth, man. I mean, I right now I'm just kind of just sitting back. Well, I'm a Hawks fan by nature, but we ain't.
Are you a Kobe fan?
No, I can't say that. He's a good friend, but I'm not like you know, I like the Clippers better. You know what I mean? I might sound crazy. I mean, you know, that's just the honest truth.
Did you always like the Clippers
Hold on,
better?
man. Don't
Is
be
it
coming in here
recently?
telling the truth.
Right,
No, go
yeah. Is it recently like you like the Clippers
I mean,
better?
I just like their energy. I feel like I feel like y'all was lucky enough to get two teams. You know what I'm saying? Where when the Lakers, like when Lamar and all them was running and they had it. You know what I mean? You had to respect it. You know, I couldn't get no floor seats then I come in town. Now they give them to me.
Yeah. Now you got a jersey to play on the team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't know the words of this national anthem. Y'all want to sing the national anthem. All right.
Right.
Man, did you play sports, Jeezy?
I played a little football, man. I was all right in basketball, but I was just like, you know, in the hood at the little court.
Right.
But even then, though, man, I only play for, 20, 30 minutes. I got to get back on my grind.
Yeah, man. Got to get back
like,
on this
man,
bike.
y'all
Go get this 35-year-old.
Right. Y'all running up and down the court. Ain't nobody making no money. I don't get it.
Like hold on, wait. This game is for free?
Free? Right.
Man, no, I ain't going to do that. Is there anything that you purchased that you could look back on and say, man, why the hell did I spend that much money on that?
Oh, man. I mean, I didn't purchase it, but, a lot of my strip club endeavors in the beginning, I just was like, well, if I would have just sat back for 6 months, I could have possibly bought the club.
Right. Oh, man. What's the most you think you spun it? You had a chance to spend in one night?
Maybe like $250,000.
Whoa.
No, I was saying, how much do you think you spent in one night?
At a strip club?
Yeah.
About $250,000.
All right.
But that was before. That was before.
Okay, because we just did this contest a while ago. I was giving away $2,000 an hour.
Right.
One of the girls called up. I said, what's $250,000? She didn't know what $250,000 was.
She shouldn't have got the $2,000.
Right.
She did.
But you actually know. You spent $250,000.
Right. But this was before I was rapping. So this was like.
That's even worse.
You were trapping?
Yeah, this was like. But did you got to understand, like, the thing about Atlanta was, in those days, that's the type of money that you had to spend
in order
to be out.
I would have just moved out of Atlanta.
I know, I tried. It didn't work.
Oh, okay. $250,000 before you got on?
But that same money helped me get on. Because when I would go to the club with my crew, everybody, this cat might spend 50, this cat might spend 100, this cat might spend whatever. But that's what people were seeing, and that's what I was actually talking about in, like, Trap or Die and all those. So that's what made it real. So people, like, actually bought into the music because they was like, yo, this kid come through and he blow it. But it was like a marketing strategy, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you had to have a new car, you had to have some new chains for that night. You know what I mean? You couldn't go to the club in the same car for a month.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Who does that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but if you came outside of Magic City on a Monday night, it was like a car show. It was like something you had to see. Like all these people with all these cars and all this money, and it was like, that was Atlanta. That's why when you hear people talk about the good old days, because it was like that. It's like you go in the club, 100 bottles of Cristal was like on a bad day. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
damn.
It's like,
hey, man, can you imagine being one of the dancers in there?
Yo, by the way, I just said that I said that in the song. I said I seen it with my own eyes. I know they made a meal.
Yeah.
100 black T-shirts. I know them cats spend the meal. But my homie used to tell me all the time, he used to be in my ear. He's like, yo, we throwing the money. I'd be like, yo, what's up? He'd be like, yo, we giving back, baby. We Robin Hood.
Oh, is that what he said?
That's how he trying to convince me.
Right, yeah. Like, give me another one, G.
Yeah, right.
Because I'll be next to you spending your money for real. Like, man.
But that's how I used to go, though. No lie. Like,
I'd be like, man, we going out tonight?
Right. If I blew all my money, I can turn to my man and be like, yo, let me hold 50 into the morning. And everybody's right-hand man used to have like a satchel bag, like a Louis bag or something with all the money in it.
In a Louis
I'm
bag.
with the wrong crew.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Because I be with my cats, I be like, man, you got $20? Nah, big. I ain't.
No cash.
Hold on, let me run to the teller real
I got this
quick.
food voucher.
But all the time, I think, I look back and I think that's what, kind of set the tone. So when you talk about making it rain and seeing people standing in the club holding champagne bottles, that's where it came from. Came from that.
Did you ever throw more money if a stripper did like a really amazing move? Was that ever motivation?
Nah. I never. I'm gonna keep it real. Like I never.
It wasn't even really about.
Yeah, it was the office to me.
See, because I hold on to mine really tight until I see like a really great move, and I'm like, yes, I like that one.
Throw that one.
It was
yeah, the one.
It was more like It was more like It was more like an office. So if you went to Magic City, that was an office. So everybody in there was getting money some type of way. You know what I mean? So whatever you spent was promo for you to get more money. Because if somebody seen you spend $1 million, they'll spend $10 million with you.
Oh,
in some shape, form, or fashion. So it's like promotion. It was
Right.
like you there and everybody networking and
But
everybody
see,
knows something different.
You made it. You could sit here now and say, hey,
Right.
man, it was like putting in. There's still a few cats be like, damn, man, I
Wish I
spent all that
shouldn't have
money
done
in
that.
there.
Oh no, I always
There's somebody right now that listens to this interview that tried to ball like, man,
Right.
fuck Jesus.
Right.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
put up one, I had to put
Hey,
up
look.
three.
Yeah, over here battling with this dude,
Right.
man. I had to be at work in the morning.
No, but it used to be like that, man. I'm talking about when you used to come in there, man. They used to be bringing the money out like in bricks, like
Oh,
big
my
ass
God.
bricks wrapped up, and and then DJ used to get you every time. Jesus, what you need? 40, 50, 100? All right,
Man.
it's on the way.
Right.
And, you know, you in the club.
No.
You in the club, you can't be like, nah, you know what I mean? Because everybody looking.
I would have been the twerping that then. I was like, nah,
Nah,
I'm cool, man.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was
you want a
like-
bottle? Like, I remember I was at a club with Fat Joe one night, and I don't drink. And, you know, the bottles are crazy, so he handed me a bottle, right? I held on to that bottle all night, Jack, just for the look of it.
Watching
Just like,
it.
Right,
Got a
right.
bottle.
yeah. Oh, you got that bottle, huh? Like
Right.
girls come with their glad, like, go on with that shit.
Right.
Go on
But
with
if you go, like I was in Greystone the other night, like if you go out and you see these cats holding these champagne bottles and these bottles coming to the table with sparkles, like all that came from what we was doing then. Because nobody, you know, back then, you know, even if you got champagne, you know, you get 4 glasses. And you
Right,
pour
hell
some
yeah.
glass.
Yeah.
But then it was like, nah, everybody over here got to have a bottle because that's how we doing it. And my man used to tell me all the time, he used to be like, yo, see, this is what you do. You go buy all the bottles in the club, right? Then that way nobody else can't get no bottles and you get all the shine. Damn. And that was his method. Like, so he going, how many Crystals y'all got? Oh, 100? We want them all. You know what I'm saying? So that way.
Damn, it's like power moves. It's not even about what you're doing. It's just about.
But you know, in our culture, that's what it's really about. Like, it's about doing it bigger than the next person, and that's what makes you talked about. That's what makes you godly. That's what makes you a god in the hood. It's like people associate you with success because they see that as success. You know, you've been in the club. You see how it goes, and bottles come. You like, who's that over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, the girls in the sparklers.
Right.
I was at
Catch
that
her
Diddy
real
party,
quick.
boy. I just had my foot on the step, like right to the VIP area. I just had one foot on there, like, yeah.
I'm
We
in
here,
here.
Yeah, y'all
I'm
good? Like,
here.
yeah, we good.
I'm in here.
Yeah. Oh, I do that. Hey, Diddy gonna need another bottle over here.
Right.
And some sandwiches.
I love that Janelle Monáe's on the album.
Right.
And like you really didn't do so many features. Well, you didn't do features besides like a rapping feature.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that. Like I felt like, you know, this especially this part of my career, this point, it's like, you know, I can hold my own.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like I got songs with only person I want to do a song with like maybe Pac or Sade or somebody like that. Maybe Adele because I heard she's selling.
Ooh, she did what, 900,000 her first day?
Right.
I'm ready for the Adele feature.
Right.
Now, speaking of Pac, man, the Billboard list.
Yeah.
Pac not being on there, man.
Very
You tweeted out
disrespectful.
no Tupac on Billboard.
I'm done. Like
He said,
what else can
"I'm
I
done."
do? What else can I do, man? I give up. Y'all win. I mean,
Right.
I just think because you got to really think about it, man. Pac was more than just an artist. He was an activist. He was a revolutionary. Like he was just so many things. Yeah, he was a movie star. He was all these different things. And it's like, how you not gonna put him in when a lot of the things he did with music shifted the way music was. You know what I mean? From him getting out and linking up with Dre and selling 10 million records in one wop and going back in and doing Machiavelli and all the different things he did. I just felt like, you know, he made a contribution to hip hop. So like, why wouldn't you honor that? You know what I mean? He never said he was a lyricist, but a lot of those people that you put on the list, I don't be in the club and hear them playing throwback their records and people acting like it came out yesterday. If you in the club and they drop Hail Mary, people gonna act like it came
Craziness,
out yesterday.
yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And as far as time, it's like it's been there.
Right.
And no matter what the time, it don't sound like old or don't, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you can hit that
It's
and it's still the
timeless.
same situations
It's
going
timeless.
down too.
But I almost feel like either they don't know or they don't care about the culture.
Right.
Because I almost feel like you can't just put hip hop in a box and say because somebody is lyrical.
Right.
I mean, do they have the ability to change lives,
Yeah,
affect
man.
how people think?
What
You know, get people
what
through
that
some
felt
hard
like,
time. Yeah.
who they are.
Right.
That's why Letty, you was talking about
Yeah.
one where it was like somebody had said something about Eazy-E.
Yeah. Oh, GQ magazine, which is
Yeah.
a freaking fashion.
You know
magazine.
GQ magazine, the hip hop Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next to the
That
source
one.
and
Right,
Vibe, it's
right,
GQ.
right.
No, they had a list of the top 11 worst rappers of all time.
And put
they have
Eazy
like
on that.
Vanilla Ice on there. Number 1 is Eazy-E.
Right.
Bro, how can you even like even
I mean,
think you have that opinion?
I just think that a lot of people shouldn't speak on things if they don't know how
Exactly.
they affected lives. Like
Yeah,
even
man.
when you think about Eazy-E had my whole neighborhood in Cortez and All Stars
In
and
Atlanta?
LA has absolutely.
Hello.
I might even had a Jerry curl. Shit,
Hey.
Hello.
Yo, Jeezy, no, Tupac did spend some time in Atlanta. I know he lived out there. Do you
Right.
by any chance have any sort of experience with Pac? I know he's one of your favorites.
Nah, never. I actually knew like Haitian Jack and a lot of cats he was running around with because my older cousins, like they was in the streets at the time. So they always kind of ran around with it. But I mean, for me, like I don't when I was locked up in boot camp, that's when I was really like into when he dropped Dear Mama, and so like I was going through my thing, and I used to argue with my celly about Big, and we used to argue about Big and Pac. I mean, to the point where we be tussling. And, you know what I'm saying? So to me, it was always one of those things, and it was crazy because even when he passed, I remember my cousin Goldmouth came and woke me up. I was over my grandmother's house, and he knocked on the door. He was like, "Yo, I need to talk to you." You know what I mean? And he was like, "Man, they killed your boy." And I'm like, "Who?" I'm thinking somebody up the street.
Yeah.
He was like, "Tupac." I'm like, I froze. I felt like that was my partner. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, to me, it was like I never had that type of connection with any other artist. You know what I'm saying? I like people's music, or sometimes what they kick, but I just felt like I had a connection because I just felt like he was a fighter. Like he always fought no matter what. You never heard one time him be like, "Oh, I'm good on
I'm
it."
cool on
Yeah,
it.
he was always
If that's
for
the
the
way
people.
it is. It is.
Yeah,
All right.
no, he was always rebellious, and to me, I respected that because it was almost like there wasn't no people in the game like that. So when I look at the Billboard list, I'm look at all the people that was a part of his era. Where they at? People still talk about this man as if he was walking around LA today.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like all these different people that was a part of his era. They're not. You don't even hear their music. So how is he not a part of that? I don't care if it's the top 100 list. He got to be on there somewhere.
Speaking of changing lives, you recently went to a juvenile correctional facility in Philly.
Right.
How was that experience for you, and what advice did you give them?
I always go to when I have the time, I always stop by the detention centers because I feel like the youth is where it's at. Like, to be honest with you, like, you know what I'm saying? They gonna hear you out or they're not gonna hear you out. But if you could change one person's perspective, then you might could change 10. And what I was in there talking to him about, because they so young, they was from 13 to 20. It's like second chances, you know what I mean? Accountability, responsibility, opportunity. And it's just like when people don't know what these words mean, they don't know how to go about it. So they always feel like it's them against the world. But my whole thing is, look, man, the world don't owe you shit.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to figure it out. You know what I mean? Because ain't nobody going to figure it out for you. By the time you're 13, 14, you pretty much are on your own anyway if you're coming from that walk of life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might have family, but you're not their number one priority. So you got to kind of navigate your way, through what's going on. And even now, more so than then, it's even realer because, the cats in that age bracket ain't even forward thinking. They don't care about next week.
No,
They care about right
That's what I say, man. Sometimes these little G's,
right? They don't respect the big G's,
man. And they stretching these young cats too now.
Yeah,
man.
but that's the thing because I tell people all the time, like there's a lot of wet pillows in the penitentiary because you got these young cats, they just react because they hearing the music. You know what I mean? Jump out with the chopper, hit it, wow, all that. You know what I mean? But ain't nobody got no lawyer money.
Yeah,
and it's sad to say, even like one of my little partners, I basically raised this kid and was proud of him up until a couple months ago, and with the Lil Wayne incident, I know Wayne and I raised this kid. And to see that happen and to see him get 20 years, it still kind of like, makes me feel away now because it was like, damn, what happened
I taught you better.
between that and this for him to be in this situation because we was all on the street together. He was young. He hung out with me and Meech and everybody else, and we basically raised him. But, then we got into music and he got into music as well. But then what happened between that and this for him to be in a situation where he was doing better and everybody was happy for him, to him to get 20 years. And I got to sit there and look at people talk crazy about my little man, and I know how smart he is. This kid is smart as hell. Like, he's smarter than the average adult, and he can move adults because he was that smart. He's a manipulative little guy, but
right.
But he can move real G's. Like, he's known in every town, every city, and everybody had a lot of respect for him. And I used to tell him all the time because he always, come up on money, or he's always around somebody with some real money, like whether it's Floyd Mayweather or a football player, whatever. And I used to be like, yo, man, if you took your time and just did things right, you could be a billionaire. You around all the people with the real paper. You know what I'm saying? So now he's got 20 years, and I can only think about all the stuff that I used to tell him. Me and Tip used to tell him. Everybody used to tell him. Now it's too late, and we can't do nothing about it.
Damn.
And it's just like, you got to watch it. You know what I mean? And I could have got in the middle and talked to him and Wayne, and I'm quite sure that's something I could have diffused easy. You know what I'm saying? Because Wayne's my guy, and this is my little brother, and I'm quite sure whatever happened wasn't that serious.
Right.
It couldn't have been.
And even with you and Rick Ross, it was like it gets funky, crews get in it.
Right.
But then when you guys start to like just breathe a little bit and exhale, like that could have turned into anything.
Right.
But you made sure it didn't.
I mean, but at the end of the day, like those are two different things because that's rap.
Right.
And that's entertainment to some, if I don't like this person, you don't like me. That is what it is. Everybody got their personal right. But we start talking about a younger generation and
Influence generation.
You influencing these cats, and to see them get 20 years, that's different from music to me. That's different from disliking somebody. Like, this is real life. Like, he got 20 years to think about one night, and he got to be in there. And I know what kind of free spirit he is. Like, he's a fun guy. He like to have fun, crack jokes. That's no place for him to be because he can be so much more, you know what I'm saying, out here and get more done. Because he was one of the cats that should have been going to the detention centers and talking because they can really relate to him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's been through it, at a young age. But look at him now. It's like, even when I see it on the news and I'm looking on TMZ, I'm like, damn, man, they got my little dude. Like, what the hell? And he was a stand-up guy, obviously, because he took the time. But it's just like, at the end of the day, I saw him, maybe 2 weeks before that happened, and we were just talking. He was just telling me, big homie, I'm rapping now. I think he was road managing Young Thugs. He was getting money. He was looking good. He had his jewelry. I'm just like, okay, that's what's up, baby. What I mean? I'm proud of you. You know what I mean? And then, bam.
Twinkle of an eye.
Right.
Young Jeezy, I'm still like hype off the fact, like every time I hear Can't Tell Me Nothing, that it was your song to begin with,
Right.
and Kanye took it.
Yeah. Well, he didn't take it. I gave it to him.
Right.
Do you regret that you gave it to him?
No, because two things. The first thing is that the song was successful for him, which made it a part of this conversation, so I can't be mad about that. But the second thing is after I gave it to him and it was successful, he owed me a verse.
Right.
And that's when he gave me the verse for Put On. And I think that, you know what I'm saying? So I think that was like an even swap, no swindle. It was like, you know what I mean? But it's so crazy because even with the Can't Tell Me Nothing, I heard it on the radio last night, and I was still waiting on my verse to come in.
Because your ad-libs are still on there.
But Kanye's smart because he called me. He was like, yo, Jeezy, man. He was like, yo, can I keep your ad-libs on this song? I'm like, yeah, whatever. I never knew
what it was going to be.
Right.
Like, all right. Yeah. Just leave him on there.
Right. Yeah. But it's crazy because I sent him that song. It was me, him, and T.I. on this song called I Got Money On. I think it was The Inspiration or something. And then, which was my third album. And he sent it back like the day I had to turn the album in, but he had to make all these changes to it. It's like, all these different little sounds. I'm like, yo, man, it ain't even the same song. We're not even talking about it. Like,
I asked for a verse.
I'm like, yo, man. I was like, yo, man. But the crazy,
Jesus walked this record.
Right. But we was in London, and we had a show in London. It was me and him out there, and I went on like maybe 2 hours before him, and I had like 20,000. And he went on like 2 hours after me. He had 80,000 in this big field, and that was the first record he came out on. And when it was dropping, everybody was wait till I get my money. I was just sitting back like shit.
Man, this mother.
Damn.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Kept the
Right. and but I mean I don't know what he saw that I didn't see, but I didn't see that shit.
Right.
I'll tell you that right now. I was like, yo, this is cool, man. And he was like, okay, cool. You know how Ye is. You know
Hell
what I mean?
yeah.
He's like, oh no, don't worry about it. It's all good. And as a matter of fact, who produced the beat? And I told him who produced the beat, which was DJ Toon. He's like, you got his number? I was like, yeah. I shot him his number. Then next thing you know, on that album, the like 5 of the records was with him and Tupac. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Man, I need this sound, bro.
Come over here.
I need this sound.
So him and Tupac locked in, and they did like the Big Brother and all that junk. And it was just like, I was like, yo, this is crazy. Yeah, this dude right here got a crazy insight because it's like I'm sitting right here with Tupac.
Yeah,
I ain't thought nothing of it. I'm like,
yeah, man, you gotta here's nothing, man.
right.
Yeah. He ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah.
You know, I'm working with Kanye again tonight, huh?
Yeah.
We got the holidays coming up. What's holidays like in your house?
I mean, you know, for me,
Do you have time?
Nah, I'm more so like I got a big big turkey thing I'm doing this year. Actually, I had the opportunity to hook up with the Atlanta Hawks, so they're gonna help me do it. I normally fund it myself.
Yeah.
My turkey giveaway and then my Christmas stuff. So that's what I normally do.
That's nice.
Around the holidays. I always make sure I go out and get the kids in the neighborhood Christmas gifts.
That's dope.
And then do the turkey thing. But last year I was driving around with a U-Haul full of turkeys and passing them out. But I went and bought them. I was like, yo, we gotta get some turkeys away. So it was like some Nino Brown shit. I just pull up on the block, let it up, you know what I'm saying?
All heavy and frozen.
Right.
Oh, shit!
You on the turkey or
But,
not?
Dude threw a 14-pound turkey at me.
But this year, like the Hawks was like, yo, we want to really help you. So they hooked up with my foundation, which is Street Dreams Foundation. And they brought a lot to the table, so man, maybe this year we can feed a lot more people.
I heard that, man. Big boy, Jeezy, definitely want to thank you for coming in, man. And
man, listen, man.
next time we sit down,
church in these streets, man.
When we ask you a question, just answer it next time.
I got you, man.
Stop avoiding all the questions.
Open up a little bit, please.
Yeah, this dude,
Right.
yeah, he answer every question.
It's like interrogation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what happened in the county, man? I don't want to talk about that.
Right.
Well, I went in big, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
How
but
do you feel about the Billboard?
the craziest
Man,
thing,
fuck them.
right? But the craziest thing was, for me this time, it was like, I normally don't really talk because I feel like, the knowledge I have, it ain't for everybody.
Right, sir.
But now it's almost like, since that situation when I got locked up, it's like, nah, man, you got to talk more because if you don't say nothing, people ain't gonna know these type of things really happen.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? So it's like I can't keep it to myself. It's like more I gotta be like upfront with it. Like,
And you was about to get in the mix, Jack.
oh, they was gonna lock your black ass up.
Yeah,
That's what
man. Hell yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but it's all good, man. I appreciate y'all having me, man.
I appreciate you
LA,
coming
if you
through.
ain't got that new church in the streets, go out and get it.
Get it.
New album, let's get it.
There it is right there. Jeezy up in here, big boy.
Big boy.